to Indiana every month for the trainings, and we were the people with each other. So okay, I want to quickly start off by saying, you guys, who I am today, and I'm going to probably speak for all these women, is like who I am today and how I'm speaking now is not even close to who I was 5.5 years ago. And so I felt like it was on my heart to address this before I share my story, because sometimes I think when we watch these, we disqualify ourselves because we're like, I don't have that kind of confidence. And I remember when I was approached with this, and I'm like, I would never do parties and stand up in front of strangers. Like, I'm not your girl. So I wanted to make sure I said that while you guys hear all of our stories, please don't disqualify yourself in thinking that you would never have the confidence to do this, because I told myself that 5.5 years ago when I tried talking the person who signed me up out of wanting me on her team. And so 5.5 years ago, you guys, I was just a struggling young mom. I did things completely out of order growing up. I got pregnant when I was 20, had my son when I was 21 in college. My parents were paying for my education, so I had to finish or I'd be wasting their money. And so I got pregnant in college and had my son in college. And around my college degree, I was a full-time waitress. And so I just got to a point where, I mean, I was first like, there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more to life than this. But I was also kind of battling like, this is how life is supposed to be, because I was young, dumb, and irresponsible. And so the turning point for me was when I got approved for government assistance. And for a second, I thought that was really cool because I had a lot of free money that was helping my family out. But then I started noticing, the foot taps, the size in the line, the people getting out of the line to go into a different one, and like me holding up the line, and it didn't feel good anymore. And I was 21 and on government assistance. And I'm like, this is not the life that was for me. I wasn't looking for this opportunity because I had tried one fresh out of high school and it was a bust. And so I had the mindset that I just wasn't a salesperson. And there was one person posting about this, but she was only posting about the products. So being an insecure mom at 21 years old, I was just interested in the products. And I, as a mom, we know how it goes. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, we don't just get to splurge on ourselves, especially when we have a kid that young. And so I just kind of had reality hit me in the face of like, I'm never going to be able to buy products like this. And when I expressed that to her, she brought up me joining her team. And this is when I had every objection in the world. I said, you don't want me because I am shy. I will never do parties. I've done something like this. I don't have the money to start up, and I don't have a lot of in-person friends, let alone social media friends. So like, just all the odds were stacked against me, and I just was like, you don't want me. And she wanted me even more after I told her all of that. And that's what blew my mind. And so with her just still wanting me after I gave her all the reasons not to, I jumped in, and honestly, the rest is history. I was starting my senior year of college, and I went diamond in 3 months. And I understand you probably have no idea what that means, but right now it's the same thing as it was 5.5 years ago. We had a big bonus incentivizing us to hit this promotion in 3 months, and it's back. And so that's what has me so excited right now, because I'm like, I did that in 2014, and I wasn't the only one, and that was the thing to do, and it's back, and I'm so excited. And so I did go diamond in 3 months, and that's when I got a comma in my paycheck. And it changed me and my husband's life. That's what really got him on board. He was like, this is real. 2 months later, we hit 2 major promotions after that. We were making a lot of money, and we quit our jobs. So we were 22, freshly 22, 5 months into this new business. And we both quit our jobs because that's what was on our heart. We were a little bit scared, but we were confident in the company. And again, the rest is history. So we just kept promoting after that. We had another baby along the way. We've had a lot of ups and downs, but the biggest thing to just know is that, again, like I said, I disqualified myself before I even knew what it was a part of. And I never, ever, ever would have guessed that I'd be doing live videos sharing this and like volunteering myself to speak and help others. But, we join for money, and we don't realize what comes with that. And so the friendships, the freedom, the confidence, it just saved my life. And so that's just like a big portion of my story crammed into a little portion of my time. But if I could just give you one tip, seriously, it's don't close your mind to this and thinking that you're not as good as us, because we did all start at the same place. We just have a little bit of time under our belt, and that's why we have so much emotion in our story. So here I am now, 5.5 years later.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And I love that you brought up, like, who we are now is not anywhere close to who we were when we signed up. Like, I am so shy. The thought of doing a live video, let alone a live video with other people, with thousands of people watching, like, I never would have said like, oh, I could do that. But here we are. It just pushes you to grow in ways that you don't even know that you want to grow in. And it just changes your life all along the way. But more than that, you get to help other people it's like the ripple effect, right? Like me and Brittany would not be here if Alyssa hadn't said yes. You wouldn't be here if your upline had not just offered the opportunity. When you're talking about like, I don't even have the money for product. Like, thank God she brought up the opportunity to you. Alyssa, I know your story is kind of similar to Rachel's. Kind of when you were starting, you were in a similar situation. So go ahead and share your story with us too.
Yeah, what's up, guys? First of all, Rachel, I'm so glad that you opened with that, because you guys, even like getting on here tonight, I still get like a little antsy, you know? And I think that one thing you have to remember is what Rachel said, that like we're seasoned in this. So like we've grown so much since we've gotten started doing this. And like there are still moments where I get rashes and hives and I'm nervous, and that's just a part of it. So like I just embrace it now, because I know that means I'm getting ready to do something really brave. And so here's the thing. 6 years ago, almost 6 years, I about said 5, and like time's just flying by. Almost 6 years ago, I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw this girl. She was, she had just gotten started. She was excited. She started earning bonuses, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I just remember feeling like I was always just watching her and so intrigued with what she was doing. And I was so unfamiliar with the world of network marketing. Like it was so not in my wavelength, And at that time, my story is a lot like Rachel's, you guys. I was living on food stamps and government assistance. I remember being humiliated, standing in lines with my WIC checks and my food stamps. And I still have my food stamps card up on my bookshelf. And I remember, and I'll never forget. But I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And every single person gets to this point where they're just like, enough is enough. And so maybe you're on here because you're like, enough is enough. Like something has to change. And like you're going to take initiative to do that, right? And so I just started asking questions, and I kept watching. And I remember I sent this long email with like 15 questions of like, what is it works? Like, what do I do? What does this entail? And it was so like, it was just so simple. And it's almost like silly simple, because what we do is so duplicatable. And I think most of you would be shocked to know that what we did day one is what we're doing, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I know Kay's been on 10 years. And it's like, we're still doing the same thing. But here's what I want you to know is, when I got started, it was $100. Okay. I didn't even have that. I had less than $5 in my bank. I sold something on a garage sale site. I got started, and I simply just became a student. That's it. I studied this. I followed the business plan that was given to me, that's given to every single person who joins. And I followed that. I followed it to my first $500 in my first month. I followed that to my first comment in my paycheck, my third month. And then, by my 6th month, I was making $6,000 a month. By 1 year, I was making 5 figures a month. And then by my 2nd year, I hit the highest rank in the company. And I also became a millionaire. By my 2nd year in this business, I earned over $1 million in commissions, you guys, over $550,000 in bonuses. And I know that sounds like so insane, but here's the thing is, I just followed the business map that was in front of me from day one. I stayed the course. I became a student. And I learned this, and I became okay with getting hives and being uncomfortable. And all that I did was lock arms with people who wanted more for their life. That's all that you do, day in and day out. Nurses, stay-at-home moms, lawyers, doctors, accountants, photographers. All that I did was go and search for people who wanted more, who wanted to pay off debt, who wanted freedom of time. People will join because they have all the money in the world, but no time to do anything, no time to enjoy it, right? Or people join because they need the income. People join because they need to be around supportive women. So everyone has a reason for joining, but mine was because I was a young mom, a college dropout. I was overweight, depressed, filled with anxiety, depression, drowning in debt, and I wanted more. And so all I did was sell something on a garage sale site. I stayed the course. And because of that, because I stayed committed day after day after day, my life drastically changed. And I'll never forget, I'm thinking, because it's so cold here in Indiana, just like, I used to live, you guys, with towels in my windows to keep the snow out. That was my life. I used to drive a car that had no heat or air with my baby in it because that was my life. I used to have to like wait every single month for my food stamps card to be loaded. Like there would be like that last week, it was the worst week. Rachel, I know you know what I'm talking about, where you're just like, okay, like what do we have to eat? Like let's pull everything from the pantry. Like we can make it. It's 1 week, right? I remember calling my sister because like we would get an increase on our food stamps and I would be excited because that was my life. But now my life is filled with freedom of time. I get to choose what I do with my 24/7. I have more energy than I've ever had. I've lost so much weight. I'm healthy. I can jump on a plane tomorrow if I needed to go and be with one of my friends who's maybe going through a hard time or maybe going for a life-changing promotion. If I wanted to go to Disney tomorrow, I could do that. I can spoil my parents. I can pay their bills. I bought my mom a car in cash. But here's the thing. This is so much bigger than that. This is for the little boy that we take care of in Honduras. We pay his health care, his education. We make sure he's fed and he's well. It's for the stay-at-home mom who's wanting something more. She's so sick and tired of not being seen or not being heard, and she wants to be surrounded by incredible women. That's who I do this for. That's who we all do this for. And so now you just realize the more you go that it's bigger than you. You start for selfish reasons, but you continue for selfless reasons, right? And here's what I want you to know is what I've done, what I've accomplished isn't because I'm anyone special. It's because I said yes. I said yes that day in April. I said yes every single day after that, no matter what the fear that came my way was, no matter what anyone thought, no matter how many times I had to post, no matter how many times I had to sweat while I'm doing a Facebook Live. I said yes because I wanted more for my life. And then it became about helping others achieve more as well. That's what this business does. And for those of you, you're maybe watching and you're like, I don't even have $100 to invest. I want to tell you, there's a way you can join this business for free. Okay? There's a way you can join for free. Whoever invited you onto this can show you exactly how to do it with our new sampling program. Go pick up an extra shift. Okay? Go walk some of your neighbor's dogs. Pick up a babysitting shift. Go sell something. This is worth it. This is worth it if you say yes and you stay the course. The roadmap that is given to you is the same roadmap that has been given to every single one of us. We said yes, and we still continue to say yes so that we can help those of you who were invited onto this call know that we're giving you permission that it's okay to want more for your life. And that's just a little bit of my story in a nutshell. I could go on and on and on.
Well, we're going to come back to you, so you'll get another chance. But I love that you brought up that this kind of opportunity wasn't even on your wavelength, because I think for so many people, I know for me especially, like I did the things right. I went to college. I actually graduated college. I have a 4-year degree. I'm a registered nurse. I was doing the things that I thought I was supposed to do, but I was working my butt off and still barely able to cover my bills, never seeing my kids, never seeing my husband. And it was not until this opportunity was plastered on my Facebook page every single day that I even started to be like, what? There's another way? Like, I did not know that this kind of opportunity existed, you guys. This is the way of the future. This is not going anywhere. Everybody needs this. I can just like, oh, I wish I could like just reach to the computer screen and shake everybody, because it's one of those things like you don't realize what you're missing out on until you're a part of it and you know like how much it has changed your life, how much you've gained. But I love that we have Kay on tonight, because she's like a vet. She is a seasoned veteran of this, and she probably had a very different kind of idea about what network marketing was just because of her history. But something I hear all the time is, I just wish I would have got started when you did. You guys, she's been in 10 years. Alyssa came in 6 years ago. I came in 4 years ago. Britt came in 5 years. I have new team members joining all the time. who are replacing their full-time incomes, who are making $500 extra a month. It doesn't matter, whatever that level is for you, you can do it. And there is no golden time. It is literally just saying yes and getting started. So Kay, our veteran, let's come to you and let's hear your story because it's a little different.
Well, let me correct all of you because it is 11 years. Okay. Like it's a whole nother year. It's 11 years of my life. I'm so excited to be on. I do have such a unique story. I was 21 years old. I look back at that little girl and how young she was and how vulnerable she was and how unsure she was and how immature she was and just how naive and almost just insecure. Alyssa talks about getting hives and getting sweaty. I literally would get beat red in the face. It would crawl up my neck when I would start to talk. If you just said my name in the grocery store and we went to high school together, I would get beat red. Like, I don't know where that came from. I don't know who that was. I don't know why that was. But this business has brought out the absolute best in who I am and also allowed me to become the best version of myself. And I can only look forward to the next 11 years and who the person develops from who I am today. And I was 21 years old, but you guys, my story goes so far back. My story goes back to from the starting point of this company. My mom is actually one of the owners. I'm actually sitting in her home office right now because we are over at my parents' house every single Sunday. We were able to move to Sarasota, Florida, raise our kids, to be able to go on the beach on a Sunday and enjoy the beautiful weather here in Sarasota so that we could just be close to my parents because this business allowed that for us. And I grew up in a very normal household. You know, my dad worked a job where he was gone 4 to 5 days out of the week to supply for our family and provide for our family. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom for 6 years before she discovered this industry. And so I was 6 years old when she discovered multi-level marketing and started with a company. And she was with that company for 6 years before she discovered our wrap, which is our flagship product. And so I've literally mostly known this world of direct sales, multi-level marketing, social selling, if you will, my entire life. And I'm so grateful for this because this is the business. This is what changed our family dynamics forever. Our vacations were on my dad's company's dollar. We would go to Virginia Beach and we thought that was just luxury as a family once a year because of his corporate conferences. And we would stay at the Ramada Inn. And I just thought that was like what you did. And I think that that's amazing and special, but I've seen so much of the world now because of It Works. I've flown in private planes and flown first class and gone across the country and was able to study abroad in Italy because of It Works. This business literally changed our life. As I'm hearing Alyssa share her story, literally could not help but well up in tears because I realized in that moment, we really are here. There's another Alyssa out there today. You could be the one watching going, that's me. I'm that girl. And I see the beauty and how much we're able to change people's lives because of this opportunity. So we have all the fancy, wonderful things, but when someone like Rachel's life changes and Alyssa's life changes from that dark, dark place that they were in, and a lot of you are in right now, and to have this opportunity to really just help you evolve in every single way of your life, that's what gets us up out of bed every day, posting on social media and messaging you and just being excited about what we have. And so but I didn't see myself as a distributor for this company. I think because my mom's an owner, I felt intimidated by her. She's a powerhouse. She's the queen of It Works, right? I thought there's no way I could fill her shoes. I'm a completely different personality. How could I possibly do what she's doing? She always told me that I would be good at this, but I had to believe that for myself. And when I was in college, the economy crashed. So this was 2008, 2009, and I was going to be a fashion buyer. And I'm looking at the economy and going, none of my friends could get jobs. They were literally getting out of school, going home, sleeping on their parents' couches, working in coffee shops, having 2 or 3 jobs. And I was like the domino effect, one by one. Facebook had just come out. Okay, so we're like, this is like literally ancient. Facebook had just come out and it was one after another. I'm going, wait, they were in college. Why are they home? Why are they? Why are they back in our hometown? What happened? And I realized it's because the economy had crashed and they literally couldn't get a job. And I was seeing that in the fashion industry, everything was shifting. I didn't realize, we didn't know that it was all going online. We are so blessed to have this company because we can build an online business. But back then we didn't know it was shifting to Instagram and Facebook and social selling. We didn't know that. And so I looked at It Works for the first time in my whole life as an opportunity to build a business from my phone. I wanted to make $500 a month. And I thought if I could just do that, I'd at least have some savings. So when I graduate college, I would have a cushion. I would have something to fall back on because I didn't know where the economy was going to go. That was a really hard time for a lot of people. And so where I really fell in love with this is my mom told me as my mentor, she's like, you need to have an event. And so I had an event my girlfriend Jennifer hosted for me in her apartment on a snowy Saturday afternoon in Richmond, Virginia, in the middle of January. And I'm thinking, no one's going to show up. It's snowing. It's cold outside. Why would they come? 6 girls came to her apartment that day. They walked in the snow to come try the wrap. Okay. And they wanted to try my other products. And I'm thinking, these girls never once, not once, stepped foot in my store. They never stepped foot in my store, but they came to my event. They came to my quote unquote party. I was blown away. So they paid me cash for product that day. So when Alyssa tells you you can sell your product in advance to join, that's what I did. I literally sold what I had. They sampled, they became my customers. So that day I started earning residual income. So not only did I have like cash in my pocket as a college student, that was everything. I also started earning residual income, which is also something that I couldn't do in retail. I had to pick up the phone and call my best customers in to come buy so that I could earn a higher commission. But with this, you can earn residual income. And so I was blown away. And so what I realized is if these college girls would show up at my event on a snowy Saturday and they never once stepped foot in my store, then I could change the world with this product. I could make a lot of money and I could help a lot of people make a lot of money. And that spurred me on. And that got me excited because those clothes were not a priority to them, but I realized that their wellness and their body vanity was. That intrigued me. So within my first year, I hit the ground running, you guys. In my first year, I was a 5-figure a month earner. So I was 22 years old, graduated college as a double diamond, making 5 figures a month. And then 3 years after that, promoted to the top position of the company. And then right after that, hit the Millionaires Club. And so way before the age of 30, I don't even know how old I was. I need to do the math on that so I can remember. But I'm 32 years old now, and I have 2 beautiful boys, a 4-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. I can't believe it. And my husband and I just built our dream home. We literally just moved in like 3 weeks ago. And that was a dream come true. But to be able to have the freedom and financial freedom to do what we want to do when we want to do it. Our son had some major health concerns last year, and we had to detox him from heavy metals. And we had to do a lot of things to make him healthy. And 10 months of our life was spent helping him. And because of this business, we were literally able to pay cash for every single doctor's appointment, medical bill, everything because of this company. And we were able to spend our time with him and do what we needed to do and he needed from us to keep him healthy. And I look at this business every day with gratitude for what it's provided for us. And I just want to stretch you all today because I know life's going to happen to you to make a change now. Because you never know when the unexpected is going to come. And when the unexpected comes, whether it be a huge blessing where you're able to bless someone else or something happens in your life, that you've got the financial means to be able to take care of it. And I know that this business will get you there. I have no doubts in that.
So good. And it's so true. Like you never know. There are so many stories that I hear all the time of, you know, I never knew this was going to happen, but because of this business, I was able to not worry about the finances of it. I was able to be present with my family. I was able to pay those big medical bills. Like you never know what's coming. But I know for me, when I was looking at an opportunity and I heard stories like this, I couldn't even get my mind to go to what the numbers we're talking about. I think every single person on here just starts for that little bit of extra. I know for me, I actually joined because I watched Brittany earn a $50,000 bonus. And I was like, if this girl can make a $50,000 bonus, I can make $200 a month. Like, I could wrap my brain around that. But every single person on here was making 5 figures within their first year because we went all in. The steps aren't different. Alyssa said that earlier. What we did on day 1 is still what we do on day, however many days it's been. I don't even know. It's been a lot of days for Kay, not as many for us, but we don't do anything different. We are just passionate about what we do, and we show up and we do the work every single day, and we help other people do the same. And that is how your income grows. And I love that, you can start for that small little bit that you need just to get that financial breathing room or just to take off that burden. But then once you have that burden, the options that it gives you. Now, you can think about staying home with your kids. You can think about retiring your husband. You can think about giving back more and blessing others. That I know for us, when we were struggling financially, it's not that I didn't want to be a blessing to others. I literally couldn't. I had little mouths that I had to feed and a family that depended on me to pay the bills and keep a roof over our heads. But now, just because we do have the extra finances, we're able to bless others like we never would have been able before. So Britt, let's come to you. I know one of your favorite things about this business is being able to bless others, but let's go back 5 years ago to who Britt was then, and then just share your story with how things have changed.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of like Alyssa said, I'm so glad that Rachel addressed that when people see us on here. I so wish that I had a video of me in 2014, because it's okay. So although I do, my redness still creeps up, but I will say I look forward to talking in front of people now, but it's because I know I have something to say that could genuinely change their life. So although I still get nervous, I actually enjoy doing it. So yeah, life has changed. I have changed, but it's all for the better. It's so crazy when I think, one of the things I hear that I've been hearing a lot lately is, I want to do what you do, but I'm not, and then they fill in the blank, right? They all feel like they're missing something. And what was crazy is that's exactly how I felt. I was just so sick of living paycheck to paycheck that I finally was like, okay, I don't care about all the reasons that I can't do this. At this point, I just want to do it to see if it does work. And if it doesn't, I can stop dreaming about it. And people laugh when I say this, but it had got to the point where I was physically dreaming about being on stage for It Works. Okay. So a part of my crazy part of my story is that Alyssa actually sent me a message and I didn't know who she was. She literally just said, "Hey girl, do you want to join my It Works team?" And we laugh about that message now, but I'm so thankful for that message. Yes, I said no, but here's the thing. She planted that in my mind, okay? And so here I was working 40, 50 hours a week. I was a single mom. I had gone to dental school. I had a good job. I loved my boss, loved my coworkers. But every time Tyler would get sick, which was a lot, I couldn't be the one to stay home with him. I had to text my mom and be like, "Mom, do you have a personal day because you're a teacher? Can you take care of him?" Something just didn't feel right. I remember having to save for 3 years to take him on his first vacation. I'm like, something has got to give. So after I told Alyssa no, 3.5 months later, I watched her get a $10,000 bonus. And some have heard this part of my story before, but my son was with his dad. I was laying in my son's fire truck bed. It was 10:30 at night. And I thought to myself, how in the world did she just earn a $10,000 for really what I thought was just posting on social media? And here I am missing out on time, gone a lot, having to share time with my ex-husband, with my son, and still broke when I would get my paycheck. Something had to give. And so I sent her a message and I just said, I don't even have the $99 to get started, but to me, that's a red flag. If you don't have $99 to do something for yourself, you better just figure it out right now or nothing's going to change. And I will say that's one thing about my personality. Although I was shy, although I had a lot of fear, although I thought that I didn't know enough people, I don't know how to work social media, I was smart enough to know that nothing changes if nothing changes. So I said, if I will put the $99 on a credit card, can you promise me that I will make the money back? And then I said, can you promise me that I can earn some free products? I really wanted the stretch mark cream and I really wanted the hair, skin, and nails. I just couldn't justify taking money from Ty and I to buy those two things. And I think honestly what the final like line in the sand was when I was having to put groceries on my credit card. I was like, okay, something has to give. So I was really just looking for maybe $200-300 a month. And so I'm so thankful that Alyssa was not only so willing to teach me, to train me, to show me the way, but she was also very honest with me. And what that was is, you have to truly just trust me, do the things, but give me 6 months. She was very upfront. Yes, you can earn your money back, but you have to trust me. Now, the awesome part about this is I genuinely feel like all the things we do to be successful are very simple and easy. The hard part is being consistent. But when you are tired of your situation, to me, being consistent is easier than living the way I was living. So absolutely, I can do all those things. And it was actually less than 4 months later, I earned that $10,000 bonus myself. And I just keep thinking, you've got to be kidding me. Had I not said yes to this, I genuinely believe in my heart. I 100% believe in my heart. I think I would still be struggling now. I don't even know that I would, I think I would be remarried. I don't know that I would have another little one because now I have 2 kids. The other thing is, I genuinely think that God knew I had something in my heart to give, but for whatever reason, you know, I share this part sometimes. My kindergarten teacher told my mom when I was in kindergarten that I was one of the sweetest students she ever had. But I had the lowest confidence of a kindergartner that she had ever had, and she had been teaching for like 20 some years. And I think that honestly, God kept trying to show me that I had things to do, I had things to say, but he truly brought this business to show me that I could do something, that I could be successful, that I could impact others. And I think that's what drives me now. And, you know, one of the things that I hear a lot is, you know, if I do this business, will I have to bug people? And I say, well, I don't feel like I'm bugging people. I actually feel like if I don't reach out to someone, I'm doing them a disservice, because shy and nervous Brittany would have never reached out to Alyssa and said, listen, I know from social media, it looks like, you know, I have a cute little boy and I'm a single mom, but it looks like I love my job, because I did. And it looks like I don't think I would have ever admitted how much I was struggling. So had she not offered this to me, I genuinely do not think I would be living this life that I'm living now. And, you know, one of the questions you had asked me, Trista, earlier was, what are some things that you weren't expecting? Literally everything. I was not expecting this to work, but I also knew I had to give it a genuine chance. And that's probably one of my favorite things is when I think about everyone that said yes, whether they're on our team, Sideline Sisters, you don't have to be someone special to see success. Different backgrounds, different colors, different histories, different reasons for saying yes. Everyone that is successful are all so different, but they just have one thing in common. They wanted to change bad enough that they were willing to do something about it, and they were willing to stay very, very consistent because they saw, like for me, I always say, the fact that I could see one person do it, I just kept reminding myself, if they can do it, why not you? If they can do it, why not you? And that's exactly what we've turned around and have done. And so now that I always say, don't work for the bonuses, but if it takes a bonus to get your attention, by all means, let it take your attention, get in, let's do this thing, because what you're going to see is the bonuses are phenomenal, but the residual income when something does come up and life does hit you and you need to just have that security, I'm just so thankful for an opportunity like this.
Oh my gosh. I love that we have the bonuses, because literally that is what finally got my attention. Finally got me to say, okay, like I have to at least know. I was like you, I was laying in bed at night, 1, stressed out because I didn't know how I was going to cover all of our bills, but 2, just wondering like, well, what if I could do it? Instead of, I just encourage every single person on here, instead of saying, well, what if I fail? Or what if I'm not good? What if you are? What if in a year from now, your life could look completely different because you just gave it a shot? And I love that Alyssa said it to you. You said it to me. Like, give it 6 months. Give it a year. Go all in and give it a genuine chance to change your life. Show up and do the things, even on days where you maybe don't feel like it, or it's tough, or you don't think you have the time. Show up anyway and just see how different your life could look starting in 2021. So Alyssa, let's come back to you. And I just want to hear kind of like, okay, we've heard about bonuses and we've kind of mentioned them, or we said we came back from conference, we have new products. Like, it is like all of the things that get me so excited are all happening right now. So just talk to us a little bit about, like, for that person sitting on the fence, they're still not sure, what would you say to them? And then, like, why now? Why is now the time to say yes?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, here's what I want to say is, some of you might be watching and you think that you missed the boat. Here's the thing. The bus is leaving. Yes, we are going on one of the biggest runs in our entire company's history, but there's time for you to come. There's time for you to say yes, to join. Right now, someone who invited you, they should have also a code for you to get started for $30 off. So not only that, but you can also join for free if you don't have the money to get started. But like Brittany said, if you don't have $100 to invest, you need this business. You need this business more than you even could even imagine, right? Next is some of our products that we have recently launched that are going to be launched in 2020 are honestly so incredible, so insane, and we are creating them based on what people are wanting, right? The health and wellness business isn't going anywhere. This is $1 billion industry. We're not going anywhere. And if you're uneducated on what residual income is, search it. Search what that means, because here's what I can tell you. Not only do we have the products, not only do we have the bonuses right now, there are bonuses on the table. All of us have earned from $30,000 to $550,000 in bonuses. You have a bonus sitting on the table right now if you're serious about making some money. Maybe you need it for time. Maybe you want some spring break money. Maybe you're ready to build your savings. So start paying off debt. But I encourage you, when you get off here, write down 10 things that are on your heart right now as you're listening, to what some extra income could do for you and for your life. Write that down and take that to the person who invited you onto this call, because everything on that list, and I can promise you, can come to fruition when you say yes and you follow the business plan. The business plan that was given to us, like I mentioned before, is the exact same business plan that you will have your hands on. This is an opportunity that you have to create the life of your dreams. One opportunity used wisely can change your entire life. Think about that. That's what this is. We have the products. We have the bonuses. You carry no inventory. You work wherever you want to work, right? You drastically change your income. You can change your health while you're doing it. I can tell you, all 5 of us have never been healthier or had more energy or like so many other things in our lives because of these products, right? And you've seen the before and afters. You know what we're talking about. And I want you to also think of having residual income in your life. Please search that if you are unfamiliar with what it is. Some of you are on here and you wait an entire year for a 50-cent raise. With a business like this, you create the paycheck that you desire based on your work ethic, based on how much of a student you become in this. That's the opportunity that we are presenting. And so I want you, and I want to encourage you to create the life that you want. If you stay where you are right now, 365 days from now, what does your life look like? Is it going to be the same? Are you still going to be living paycheck to paycheck? Are you still going to be missing time with your family because you have the job that pays all the money, but you don't have the time? Are you going to be a stay-at-home mom who feels like they don't have a purpose? Are you going to be the dad who works 60 hours a week when you just want more time with your kids? Like, what's your why? Why are you watching this? Why are you on here? Because it's big. And as you continue in this business, you'll realize that will shift year after year after year. Why you join this will shift. Like Kay said, you have no idea what is set in your path. for the next year, 5 years, 10 years. You have no idea. So why not say yes to this incredible opportunity? Give it all you got. Follow the plan, follow the path, and give yourself a chance. Take a chance on yourself. Go blow your own mind for once. Prove to yourself, not to anyone else, that you're worthy, that you can do something like this, that you can get uncomfortable, that you can step outside of your comfort zone. Because we all have the exact same opportunity. You right now watching this, whoever invited you, they saw something in you. And they're giving you an opportunity that we all said yes to. And look at what it's done for our lives because we became a student, because we stayed the course. You have everything that you need when you join this business, everything. You have the self-development. You have the training. You have the freaking amazing products. You have the compensation plan that we've only ever changed to add money to. Everything that you're wanting in a business is right here. Become educated. Get back to whoever invited you onto this call. Ask any questions that you have. And take that 5 seconds of courage to say yes. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your family. Start paying off your debt. Start creating the life of your dreams. And give it 6 months. Give it 6 months. Give it 12 months. And watch what happens when you do that. Someone right now is praying for this opportunity, and you could be the one to give it to them. So don't count yourself out. It is not too late, but the bus is leaving, and you better get on it. Thank you guys so much for jumping.
So good. Ladies, I adore you. I cannot wait to see everybody that's going to jump in and be on this in 6 months and a year from now telling their story. And we are just so excited to have all you guys and welcome you. Just get back with the person that invited you. And I love you guys. Thank you so, so much for hopping on. Night.